When wiring a 208-volt Whirlpool tub with 2 hot legs and 1 ground using a 2-pole GFCI breaker, the correct installation is as follows. Connect the 2 hot legs to the 2 terminals on the 2-pole GFCI breaker. Connect the white neutral pigtail from the GFCI breaker to the neutral bus in the electrical panel. Leave the neutral connection on the GFCI breaker itself open and unconnected. Now let's discuss what would happen if you were to connect a neutral wire from the neutral connection on the GFCI breaker to the neutral bus. Connecting a neutral wire from the neutral connection on the breaker to the neutral bus can lead to several negative consequences. Firstly, a short circuit may occur. The neutral wire will provide an unintended path for current to flow back to the source, effectively bypassing the GFCI protection mechanism. This can create a short circuit, leading to a sudden and excessive flow of current. This high current can cause the breaker to trip, interrupting the power supply. Secondly, equipment damage is a potential risk. The short circuit can generate a significant amount of heat and electrical stress, which can damage various components. The GFCI breaker itself may be damaged, potentially rendering it ineffective. Additionally, the Whirlpool tub or any other connected devices could also sustain damage due to the excessive current flow. Thirdly, and perhaps most critically, you would experience a loss of GFCI protection. The GFCI protection system is designed to detect ground faults, which are situations where current leaks to ground, posing a risk of electric shock. The GFCI achieves this by carefully monitoring the current flow in the hot and neutral wires. If a neutral wire is incorrectly connected, it disrupts the GFCI's ability to accurately detect ground faults. The current flow in the neutral wire masks any imbalances that would otherwise indicate a ground fault. As a result, the GFCI may fail to trip when a ground fault occurs, leaving individuals vulnerable to electric shock. The reason for leaving the neutral connection on a breaker open is fundamental to the operation of the GFCI protection. The GFCI protection relies on meticulously monitoring the current flow in the hot and neutral wires. When a ground fault occurs, a portion of the current flows through an unintended path, such as a person's body, to the ground. This creates an imbalance between the current flowing in the hot wire and the current returning through the neutral wire. The GFCI detects this imbalance and quickly trips the breaker, cutting off the power supply and preventing electric shock. However, if a neutral wire is connected to the neutral connection on the breaker, it negates the GFCI's ability to detect these imbalances. The current flow in the connected neutral wire will effectively mask any current leakage to ground, preventing the GFCI from recognizing a ground fault. In this scenario, the GFCI will not trip and the electrical shock hazard will persist. To summarize, the correct installation for a 208-volt Whirlpool tub with a 2-pole GFCI breaker involves connecting the 2 hot legs to the breaker terminals, connecting the white pigtail to the neutral bus, and leaving the neutral connection on the breaker open. Connecting a neutral wire to the breaker's neutral connection can lead to short circuits, equipment damage, and a critical loss of GFCI protection, increasing the risk of electrical shock. Remember, electrical work can be dangerous, and it is essential to follow all safety precautions and local electrical codes. If you are not comfortable performing electrical work yourself, it is always best to consult with a qualified electrician.